I live in Gore Ward along Tokyo Bay. Around when I was Juju and riding a motorcycle, I had a favorite spot. It was past the steel mill housing complex, near a super famous theme park in Yurei City. Right after the gloomy steel mill complex, a wide open embankment suddenly opens up, with a 180-degree view of Tokyo Bay. Judging to Yokohama on the right and Choshi to the left, it was amazing. Back then I'd skip stool ride my bike onto the wide embankment and try to hit 180. Around when I turned 20, I took my girlfriend I was living with at the time there for the first time in years. She was a nurse, but more spiritually sensitive than normal, and had freaky experiences at hospitals. As I wrote at first, I have zero spiritual sensitivity. I think it was our birthday or anniversary. After eating out, I said I'll take you to my secret spot and drove towards the embankment. It must have already been past Jupim, going through the usual steel mill housing complex and coming upon the wide open embankment. But something was off. The atmosphere was different. Clearly, it was completely unlike my favorite spot back in the day. There was a gloomy, stagnant air that sent chills down my spine. Parking the car, I saw a smashed-up sedan diagonally across from us. Its tires were gone, the windows broken, beat up to hell. Inside the trashed interior was a bundled-up blanket, as if someone was in there. I don't have any spiritual sensitivity, but I felt something unpleasant. My girlfriend also had an uncomfortable expression, shuddering. I purposely spoke cheerfully as I got out of the car. Reluctantly, she followed me out. More than ghosts, I feared some delinquents, hiding in the darkness suddenly attacking us. So I looked warily around as I walked. She clung to me as we walked. "Look, amazing view, right?" I said in an over-the-top cheerful voice, looking at her with the 180-degree night view of Tokyo Bay spread before us. At that moment, she was staring vacantly at one spot. In a fading voice, she said, "There's a woman." Her face was twisted in fear. She was looking about 100 meters ahead to the end of the embankment. Pitch dark without any street lights, just the faint glow of a ship on the horizon. And a woman sitting there alone? I peered into the darkness, but saw nothing. She screamed, "A woman in a white dress with long hair is crouching there, staring down at the ocean." Right after, in a loud voice, she complained, "My head hurts." So I held her up and headed back to the car. I couldn't see the woman, but was terrified. She might jump out at us on the way back. Trying not to look at the smashed-up car, we jumped in the car, and I hit the gas. Even as we sped away with our backs to the embankment, I worried the woman's form would appear in the rear view, chasing after us. For a while I couldn't even look in the mirrors. Silent with head hanging, my girlfriend looked to be in pain. In the passenger seat, about 2 kilometers away, when the city lights came into view, her headache mysteriously cleared up like it was a lie. That's when I thought, oh, there was something there. Anyway, the follow-up is, about a week later, I saw a newspaper article and gasped. It reported the discovery of a dismembered female corpse in a plastic bag, caught on the tetrapods along that embankment. Thinking the dismembered body was there when we visited, I suddenly felt afraid. No clue what the long-haired woman in white she saw was. But in any case, it was terrifying.